Hey, hey, Mom, you see that? It went right across the computer screen. It's on the keyboard. It's on the keyboard. What's up, y'all? Movies, music, sports, and life. So we're talking about Snowfall. Had to represent. Raiders used to be in LA. And represent the man who directed Poetic Justice is also the man who made Snowfall. Rest in peace to John Singleton. And you know what? With this episode, I'm going to get into something right away that might not necessarily make y'all comfortable, but is something that I noticed about Louis a long time ago. I sincerely feel like Louis has always been attracted to the bag more so than she's attracted to Jerome. And I can make my case. I can make my case in a very good way. Well, first of all, raise your hands. How many of y'all have been watching this show since season 1? Okay. Shout out to my beautiful friend Makeda, representing Boston, Massachusetts, and her adorable, beautiful daughter Ash, who I'm sure will have a future in politics, but she's one of my friends that for sure I know she enjoys the show and watches all the time. So for her and those of you like her, just follow me on this. When Louis first got word of what Franklin was doing, and then Franklin started to grow in reputation and power and money. Did you see Louis used to just look up at him with her mouth kind of hanging open? So if she jumped on her nephew and bounced up and down with him, that isn't technically incest because A, Jerome and Louis definitely wasn't married in season 1. They just got married this episode. But B, even if they were married, Louis still isn't technically any blood relation to him. Not that I'm promoting that, but I say that to say this. When I was watching those episodes back then, I really felt like Louis was on the verge of cheating on Jerome with Franklin. And I thought that it would end with Louis just admitting that she would rather be with Franklin. And for some reason, Jerome would just charge her to the game. Now, you might, if you have watched Jerome's behavior, you might understand where I'm coming from. That he wouldn't kill Franklin over that. He'd just shrug his shoulders. Because the best way I can put this, as I stated, I think that Louis really loves Jerome. I just think she loves money more. And she loves influence more. And at that point, Franklin had more influence than Jerome. Think about it. The quote-unquote the baby, the nephew, her sister's little boy is putting him to work. The two adults, well, obviously early adulthood, but this young man is creating a lane for them to eat. So initially, she was really turned on by that. And then I think as more and more money started to come, I think the attraction started to dissipate or wane. And it turned from I want to have sex with you slash be your woman and leave Jerome. I want to leave your uncle for you. And gradually over time, as season and season expired and we go into a new season, Louis went from feeling like she wanted to give it up to Franklin and be on his arm to I'm tired of this ninja giving me orders. I'm tired of this ninja saying we can't expand and do this. I'm tired of this ninja always wanted me to check in with him, see how much money we made. Like it changed real quick. The other example I can give you besides Franklin, she had the relationship with the woman. And, Jerome was not being given access to participate in that special, that three-piece special. He was not being involved to participate. He hinted at it, like, can I get in on some of that? And she rebuffed it. So that's showing you right there. She had a thing for Franklin and she checked herself and didn't cross that boundary. She was openly in a relationship with this lesbian club owner, but once again, what was the club owner doing? The club owner was Franklin's first plug. That was his first drug supplier before he met the Israeli. So she's dealing with somebody else with power. Even I'm not 100% sure if Louis has that true persuasion to go that way. But as you know, in society, some people will go that way just because that's where the bag is. One of those young boys who the Tiger King married basically said he never considered himself to be gay. But the Tiger King has so much money that he made him comfortable. He supported him. So, yeah, I'll be gay if I'm going to get supported. So now we moved off of Louis from those two things. And we move on to the party. She gladly accepts the dance with Franklin. Franklin is trying to choose his words very carefully to tell her that he loves her, always have. And because of that, it's not too late for us to get back in this drug business together. And Louis stops. And I do not think this was a dream sequence. We about to get to these chocolate strawberries, but this was a real grab his face and kissed him. Not overly passionate, but still inappropriate enough of a kiss that I do think that Jerome would have swung on him if he saw it, even if Louis was on who initiated it. But the reason that kiss sent Franklin somewhere is because after she releases her lips from his face, she says, "Oh no, it is too late for us to reconcile." So that was the message. And in street culture, it's too late for us to reconcile is not just meaning I'm going to peacefully go my separate way. In street terminology and street politics, that means I am now your opposition. Or as the kids in Chicago say, the ops. I'm your drug dealing competition now. And Franklin, even though he's young, he's a veteran of this. He knows everything that comes along with that. And it's taken him a second to process it, but I really believe he was scared at that moment. Because, if anything, if he's not scared of Louis herself, he probably is scared of the prospects of what will Jerome do to me if I hurt this woman that he loves so much. But what if this woman I love so much is not giving me an out or a choice to do anything different, you know? All right, so we 10 minutes in. Y'all tell me, how funny was it, the behavior of everybody with the lace strawberries? You know, the dipped in LSD strawberries, man. Um, we're gonna say that this is a shoe. Loso's girl is talking on the phone in the shoe, and she's talking to Ivy, the Israeli plug, and he's like bouncing up and down like he's hearing some music in his head. Also was grooving at first, and then for no reason he stopped and he looked at the ground, at the grass, and then he crouched down and just jumped into the grass. Now, when you make that deliberate of an action, I was just assuming that it was going to be an action-packed roll. And then when he hit the grass, he rolled. But he was rolling so slow. I don't know if he thought he was on fire, like Talladega Nights and Ricky Bobby. I don't know what it was, but everybody was hilarious. And I appreciate the fact that they did a Marvel Cinematic Universe technique of giving us something completely different than what we were supposed to get in the trailer. Because in the trailer, they made it seem like Jerome's wedding was going to get shot up by rival gangs or whatnot, rival drug crews. And they didn't do any of that. So, very entertaining episode. And I think they had to give us a little bit of levity because these final two episodes of Snowfall for season 5, I think it's about to get very ugly. And they are possibly trying to prepare us that we're going to lose Sissy, Jerome, or possibly Louis. Possibly Leon. We're going to lose one of these 4 characters that we care about. And I think they was just trying to get us prepared for that. Leave a like, leave a comment.